Alright, so here we go. Ball one of this match. Diamond Creek versus Riverside at the Coventry Oval, Barclay Shield, round 10. And way down the leg side, and it's left it's a swing and a miss, but the umpire decides to leave it alone. So we've got two slips, gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, square leg, and then fine leg is on the fence. Comes into bowl, and left alone. A little bit of in-swing, but not too much. The decision to have the fine leg on the fence rather than a short fine leg or a deep fine leg is interesting. Comes into bowl, and it's on the pads, and his leg glance, and it beats the player at fielder at mid on, and so they'll come back for two. So Diamond Creek are off the mark. Very nice shot there. That's a danger ball when it's the left armer pitches it on about off stump and it swings in towards middle and leg, and the batsman tries to play plays around it and it hits him in front of his pads. But that time it was a very nice leg glance. Comes into bowl and defended straight to mid off for a dot ball. The rain has stopped now entirely. Comes into bowl and well defended. Comes into bowl and left alone. It's none for two. So, bowling from the Elizabeth Street end. We have the second of the opening bowlers. Looks to be a right arm over the wicket bowler. Here we go. First ball. And it's short, and it's pulled, and it's over the head of the mid wicket, and they're chasing it down. They go for two. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? No, they're happy with two there. It was not the most convincing pull shot ever played. He seemed to get really underneath it, too much underneath it, and hit it high rather than over, and he got enough elevation that went over the head of the mid wicket, and it wasn't a scoop shot. So in the end, gets 2 runs. Comes into bowl and forward defensive to point. So 2 slips, gully, point, extra cover, straight-ish mid-off, mid-on, square leg, mid-wicket, a very straight mid-wicket. Wait, sorry, let me try that again. Comes into bowl and defended. So, it's not a mid-wicket, it's a very square leg. So the 2 fielders on the leg side saving one in front of square are a straightish mid-on and a straight-ish square leg. Now the square leg is completely next to the umpire. Okay. Comes into bowl and left alone outside the off stump. So fine leg is once again very close to the fence, just 3 or 4 meters away from the fence. Hello. There's a magpie that's joined us in the commentary box. Comes into bowl and left alone. Comes into ball. And left alone outside the off stump. It's none for 4. So, the third over, and this is the second one from the Diamond Creek trail end. And now the rain is coming down a bit harder. Comes into bowl, and down the leg side. It's still not heavy enough that you have to wear an umbrella when you go outside. I mean, all around the Coventry over Diamond Creek trail area, there are people walking their dogs and riding their bikes happily to go through this type of gentle rain. Comes into bowl and defended on the front foot. But it is heavy enough that, considering the nature of cricket, it is a bit of a nuisance. Certainly it's not the kind of rain that you want to be playing under. Comes into bowl. And it's a wide ball, but it tries to play the cover drive, and it goes to cover for a dot ball. So that was the first real half volley that this bowler has delivered. Most of his balls have been short of a length. That one was very wide and very full, and the batsman went for it. Comes into bowl and tries to work it onto the leg side, but can't. Dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's on the pads again, and he works it in the same gap, and it's going down to the long on area. They're going to get 2. So 2 more there. Another very nice shot. I mean, being able to step onto the front foot, not overextend your pad, but just enough to get your weight onto the front foot, and then getting your pad in front of your pad, and then driving it through that gap in the mid-wicket region takes a lot of very clever batting. Comes into bowl, and ooh, attempted bouncer, but didn't get above waist high. It's none for 6. Comes into bowl, and left alone. Comes into bowl, and it's pulled, and it goes down to the fine leg area, and it's 4. Great shot. Now that was a terrific shot, because he this time, the previous time, he actually was underneath it, and he put it too much into the air, and the risk was that he would scoop it towards square leg mid wicket. And that time, he got completely on top of it and actually hit it downwards, which meant that there was not only no possibility of getting caught, but he had enough power behind the shot that actually raced to the fine leg boundary for 4. Comes into bowl, and left alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl, and left alone. That one dying, and it just dribbled to the keeper, as the keeper had to stretch out towards first slip. Diamond Creek have gotten onto a very good start, very patient, only scoring off the loose ball, trying to score off the loose balls, and leaving alone all of the good balls. Comes into bowl, and again left alone. And now the rain has stopped. So the rain has been starting and stopping for the last hour. Comes into bowl and played it defensively off the back foot, fielded by cover. End of the over, it's none for 10. Okay, so this is the 5th over. Coming to bowl from the Diamond Creek trail end. Comes into bowl, and this one is a half volley and drives it to mid off for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and that's a bit wider, but left alone. Comes into bowl. Oh dear, that was the wicket ball. Bowls it on his pad, he tries to leg glance it, goes through the shot too early, leading edge into the silly mid-off area. The bowler can't stretch out his left arm to catch it, and the fielder at mid-off is nowhere near. Comes it, oh no. Bailed out of that one. Comes into bowl. Oh! Oh, no. Well. That looked remarkable. If that missed the bat, that must have been the most remarkable piece of bowling, because as it pitched on middle and leg, it left the batsman, and the angle to miss the bat would have been enormous. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it's to mid on for a dot ball. Last ball of the over. Comes into bowl and left alone, and that's the first maiden. It's still none for 10. So this is the 6th over. Oh, there's a change to the bowl. Okay. So a new bowler coming on at the Elizabeth Street end. The bowler who had bowled was 2 overs, none for 6. Comes into bowl and leg glanced, but no run, fielded there by mid-wicket. Okay, so let's have a look at this new field. There are now 3 fielders saving 1 on the leg side. So there's mid-on, square leg and mid-wicket. There's 3 saving 1 on the offside. And there's only 1 slip and 1 gully. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it goes to mid-off for a dot ball. So they've just a first retreat by the Riverside captain, taking out the second slip and putting him into a mid-wicket position. Comes into bowl. Oh, well. That was an unusual ball. The ball moving as a traditional in-swinger to a right-hander and an out-swinger to a left-hander, starting off down the leg side and then coming back in, and the batsman having to adjust to it. I don't know how long the ball will swing with these wet conditions, and defended off the front foot for a dot ball. Because the entire outfield will be so wet from all the rain that we've had over the last couple of hours, the possibility of the seam getting damp and interfering with the ball, the ability of the ball to swing is a very real possibility. Comes into bowl and pushes it back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and left alone. That's another maiden. It's still none for 10. Continuing to bowl from the Diamond Creek trail. And now it's a leg glance and it goes through the extra fielder on the leg side and they go for 2. They're going to go for a third on the arm. And a third on the arm. Great running there for Diamond Creek. The streak of dot balls is broken. There had been 16 dot balls in a row, and this is the first time that they've actually had a change of strike. So that's something. So now the left-hander will get his first chance of seeing this left arm fast bowler, and once again only one slip and the extra fielder on the leg side to save one, so it's a 3-3 field in front of square, and pushes it to mid-on for a dot ball. That was another dangerous ball there, because the risk is if a batsman just is not fast enough with his bat and he tries to play a forward defensive shot and the ball actually sneaks in and misses the bat and hits him in front of the pads. Comes into bowl, and again that type of thing, but he leg glances it this time to mid-on for a dot ball. Obviously, that's not that you can't just have one trick, and it's a very good trick. But this opening ball has to come up with something else. He can't just bowl every ball at the stumps, especially when he's got 2 catches, 1 slip and 1 gully. Comes into bowl, and ooh, that's a little bit of something. A half volley outside the off stump. He went for the drive and he made full contact, and it went to mid-off for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and ooh, tries to play a bit of a hippie or leggy glance, but can't get it past the square leg. Comes into bowl, and again the batsman, oh, it's a misfield, and a run out. The first wicket has fallen as a strange run out on a misfield. The first wicket has fallen. Riverside are ecstatic. So he played the leg glance towards mid-wicket. Mid-wicket, it went through mid-wicket's legs. The batsman who was on strike, the left-handed opener, called for the run, but the non-striker could see that the ball had not gone very far and that the mid-wicket fielder would immediately collect the ball back up and would throw it back in, so he called no. The left-handed opener had overcommitted, which means that by the time he understood the call, it was too late, and he did his best to run back, but no good. So he's been run out, and the first wicket has fallen. So the score is, oh, it's the end of the over as well. So the score is 1 for 13. So this is the beginning of the 8th over. The score is 13 for 1. With that run out that just happened, it means that Diamond Creek have lost their first wicket. Comes into bowl and left alone outside the off stump. And understandably, the Riverside fielders are very ecstatic and vocal about having taken that first wicket. And now we've got a second slip in place. So they've decided to take out the fine leg. And they've got now 3 catches. Comes into bowl and left alone. So, the field. 2 slips, gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, a very straight mid-wicket, and then a slightly backward square leg. The square leg is about 2 metres behind the umpire. Comes into bowl and drives the half volley, and it beats the gap at extra cover, and the fielder at mid-off has to chase it down. They've got 1, they're going to go for 2. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? No, they don't. So 2 runs there. Nice shot. Whenever the Diamond Creek batsmen have gotten a ball that they like, either a half volley or a short one, they have executed their shots very well. We've had 4 examples of 2s, 1 example of 3, and then 1 boundary. And they've all been excellent shots. So it shows that Diamond Creek are waiting for the ball that they like to hit, and then they're hitting it. Comes into bowl and defends it on the stumps. Comes into bowl, and this time unable to get the gap at extra cover. The fielder at cover is able to swoop in to stop that. Alright, comes into bowl. Oh, tries to move it back in towards the right-hander. It's 15 for 1. So, the new batsman to face his first ball. Here we go, first ball for the new number 3 batsman. And left alone. And for this batsman, they've gone back to the field they had for the openers. 2 slips, fine leg, no one at mid-wicket. Comes into bowl. And left alone. That ball pretty much going straight. I think the way that the bowler moved his wrist over the ball suggested he was trying to get a cutter away from the right-hander, but then it just went on straight. Comes into bowl. Oh, tries the trick again, coming in at the stumps. Because this bowler is not bowling with a straight arm, but with a bit of an angle, a bit of a Mitchell Johnson style angle of 20-something degrees, it means that it's always misleading to how far. And comes into bowl and left alone. Exactly what angle, what the line and length of the ball is. So you can make the mistake of thinking that the ball is down the leg side when it's actually aimed at the stumps, which can trick you into playing a leg glance that you really shouldn't. And there's a change of the field. They've decided to take the square leg, put him into the covers. The fine leg moves into square leg, and the cover moves into a short cover. So now there's 2 cover fielders. Comes into bowl. Oh! Inside edge into the torso. So now, it suggests that they're going to pepper the area outside the off stump because there's only 2 on the leg side, and the batsman will be tempted to try to manufacture a shot and play it onto the leg side that he really shouldn't be, where he'll get bowled or LBW. Comes into bowl and left alone, and that's a maiden. It's still 15 for 1. So this is the 10th over of the innings, so we'll have had 5 from both ends at the end of this over. Comes into bowl and tries to manufacture a leg glance and hits it to mid on for a dot ball. So, and the Riverside players are noticing that it was a drive across the line, as it was. Comes into bowl and left alone. Comes into bowl and grow. Attempted straight drive back into his partner, and his partner actually tried to jump away from the ball, but the ball went into the partner's jump, and if he had have actually stayed on the ground, then it would have missed his partner and it would have gone for a run down to mid-on. Oh, what a ball. Move, just a little bit of movement away from the right-hander, and I'm playing a miss, trying to play a straight drive. The ball isn't going to swing that long today because of the wet outfield, but that was a very good outswinger. Comes into bowl, and again a straight drive. It's a bit of a ricochet, and they're not going to risk trying to get a run off that misfield. So the fielder at mid-wicket is very straight, which means the 2 fielders mid-on and mid-wicket are only about 20 metres away from each other, and there's a huge gap between deep backward square leg and mid-wicket. Comes into bowl, and he leg glances it into that gap that I just mentioned, and the mid-wicket chases it down. They've gotten 2. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? No, they don't, so they're happy with 2. So another scoring shot for Diamond Creek. It's 17 for 1.